Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Kentucky Wedding Show, sponsored by the Louisville Wedding Network. I'm Michael Gaddy, and I'm here today at the Mellwood Arts Center in this new room, the Vinci Ballroom. It's a beautiful room, and we're excited for you to be here with us today doing this virtual tour of all of our members in the Louisville Wedding Network. We want to start off by saying that we are here today from 12 to 4. We are doing the virtual part from 12 to 2. At 2 o'clock, our doors will open that you can come visit us in person and talk to one-on-one to each vendor. So to kick this virtual part off, we're going to start with Heitzman's Traditional Bakery. We have Marguerite from Heitzman's. Marguerite, thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about Heitzman's Traditional Bakery.
Well, Heitzman's Traditional Bakery, if anybody is familiar with Louisville, we've been in business for 129 years, 4 generations. One of our main focuses is 60% of our business is our catering and also wedding cakes. So we can do anything from a small function, like for 10 people, all the way up to 300 people.
So tell me, what is trending in wedding cakes today?
Actually, there's a lot of cute little things that we can do. One of the things that we did in July was a chocolate chip tier cookie. Okay, so it's actually 6 layers of chocolate chip cookie, and there's buttercream that's in between each one, and we still put flowers and ornament on top.
I was there, and that was wonderful.
It was.
I loved it.
It was picture perfect. Yes.
So you do cater also.
Yes.
So is there a certain budget or certain menu that the brides have to ask for? Tell us a little bit about that.
I think a lot of different things. Everybody has a different style of their own, and everybody wants to make it unique. So pretty much whatever your menu is going to be, it can be customized. So whether you would just want to do punch and cake and maybe some filled sandwiches, maybe some mince, you can make it kind of simple like that. Or do the full-blown dinner, like with a chicken dish, a beef dish, maybe your 2 vegetables. We're very reasonably priced compared to a lot of different caterers that's in the city of Louisville. We do free taste testing, and it's one of the things that we really encourage people to come in, or if you want to stop in and pick up your goodies and then take it home and spend it with your family, you can kind of do that as well.
Now, I know you also do rehearsal dinners.
I do.
You have a room on the side of the bakery that you
Thank
rent
you.
out.
Yes.
It's beautiful. You just got it remodeled.
We just remodeled it. It holds about right at about 100 people. The capacity right now in Louisville is 50% capacity, so we can fill it up to at least 50 people. So rehearsal dinners makes it great, and also for showers.
That's awesome. How can they get a hold of you, Marguerite?
Okay, we're at Shelbyville Road at 9426 Shelbyville Road. We're at 426-7736, and just ask for Marguerite, and I'd be happy to help you.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Michael.
Thanks for being here. Next on the list is we have Andrea Went from Blown. So what exactly is Blown Out Bar, and what do you all offer?
Okay, good question. A lot of people have some confusion with the name Blown because as you can imagine, there's a lot of different names that people kind of think of when they think of Blown. But we are a hair salon that just specializes in styles. So we don't do any cuts or colors. We refer out for any of those services. We do preparing your hair for your big day. So styles, updos. We've added Brazilian blowouts, which is a smoothing treatment for the hair. We are going to be adding makeup services now. So
awesome.
Yeah, just styling.
So what sets you apart from other salons?
So for us, we really are community-based. Like I said, refer out to other salons for your actual services, but we're the only blowout bar in Southern Indiana. And we specifically just added like the makeup services and everything. So it's an area for you to go to prepare for your big day.
That's awesome. Well, I know you're a new member of the Louisville Wedding Network, and we're real excited about that. So we're gonna push you there. So thank you so much for being here. Tell them how they can reach you.
Okay, so we have a social media platform on Instagram at blown.blowouts, and also on Facebook, Blown. And you can reach us by email at blown.blowouts@gmail.com, or just give us a Google and check out our website. So nice to meet you all.
Thank you so much.
you.
Thanks for being here. Want to give a little tip. You might want to get some paper and pencil out so you can jot these things down if any of these people interest you. Now we're with Sharon Rumsey with a perfect plan. So Sharon, tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, my name's Sharon, like Mike said. I'm the owner and lead planner at A Perfect Plan Events. We are an all-inclusive wedding management company. We're located in beautiful southern Indiana, but work in Louisville, and honestly, I have luggage, I'll travel. I'm all about a destination wedding as well.
So tell me what the difference between a coordinator or a day of planner is.
So the difference between a wedding planner and a wedding coordinator is a planner works with you. Honestly, I'm usually the first phone call after they get engaged. A wedding planner is going to work with you throughout the planning process for your vendor. That's going to include an initial meeting to get to know you and understand your wedding vision and what you're looking for. And then they're going to refer you out to help you choose an amazing vendor team. And they're going to attend all of those appointments with you and help you know what questions to ask and what you will and will not agree to on a contract. And that literally they're with you alongside you every step of your wedding planning journey. A wedding coordinator usually comes in about a month out and starts from there. So that's kind of for the bride that's done most of her own planning and wants someone just to come in at the end and tie it all up in a pretty bow.
So tell me, what is your favorite part about your job?
My favorite part about my job is there's a million things I love. I love a good, like Andrea with Blown was just saying, I love the beauty appointment, watching everybody get ready. I love flowers. I love all of that. So to pick just one thing, it would have to be relationships. I form such relationships with my clients. And like I said, most of us work together 18 months a year. So there's truly a relationship there, and I get to know them and I get to know their family. And then after they're married, I still stay in touch. And I've gotten invited to baby showers, and I still get Christmas cards. And just forming that deep relationship and getting to know so many amazing people has been my favorite part. I've been really blessed.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
Sharon.
you.
You're amazing. I work with you a lot, and you're great.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Next on the list is Jessica with 1+1 Video.
Hello.
Tell us a little bit about your business, Jessica.
Well, I've been in business since 2012, so almost 10 years. And I do full wedding films, ceremonies, and receptions. My wedding films start with bride prep and go all the way through dancing. And they're great because they're shareable. It's like a bite-sized video that you can send to your family and friends. It's kind of like your video album. For ceremony and reception, I do ceremony beginning to end, and then formal events at your reception. So entrance cake, toast, bouquet, garter, first dance, all of the special traditional things. And that's something that's specific to my business. I do deliver full ceremony and full reception, so you can literally watch your ceremony again. That's something you're only going to watch once a year, but you'll watch it once a year, every year, forever. So it's just a great way to preserve the day.
So do you capture the audio?
Yes, I do capture audio. I feel like that's just as important as video, that we can hear you as much as see you. So I mic the groom, I mic the officiant. If you have a DJ doing your ceremony sound, I'll plug into their system, or I'll put another microphone near the podium or the music so that we can capture that ambient tone. And then I also capture audio at the reception. I want to get, the crowd noise of people cheering when you come in. I also want to get really great speech audio, because those are things you just can't capture in a photograph. You really need the video for that.
Okay, Jessica, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You're awesome. Next, we have Jack Miller with Soundtrack DJ.
Hi Mike, how are you today?
How are you, Jack?
Good.
So how long have you been in the DJ business?
I've been in the DJ business for over 30 years. I am from the Louisville area, so I do a lot of weddings in this area, but I will travel.
Do you meet with bride and grooms to discuss their playlist and that type of thing?
Yes, I like to meet with the bride and groom as many times as they need to meet. That's part of the package. And we discuss the ceremony, the music for the ceremony, the music for cocktail hour, dinner music, and also the most important thing is their dancing music, also their first dances too.
So what other services do you provide besides the DJ?
Other than DJing, I also offer emceeing. I offer uplighting, which can change the look of an event venue. I also offer sound for the ceremony, as we talked about a minute ago. I will mic the officiant, mic the groom if we need to, and also play all the music for that. I also offer monogram projection, which is a logo that I can project on the floor, on the ceiling, or wherever we find a good place to project it.
All right. Well, Jack, I've worked with you many times. You do a great job, and we appreciate you being here.
And Easiest way to get a hold of me is at sndtrx@aol.com or my website, www.soundtraxdjs.com.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks
Mike.
a lot. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Now we're going to Kimberly to give us a wedding tip for today.
Hey everybody, Kimberly with a Southern Engagement. I just wanted to give a quick tip about venue coordinators versus wedding coordinators because it's a pretty common question in our area. And we love to work together, but there's been some confusion over, I couldn't tell you how many years, I guess however many years we've been doing weddings. Your venue coordinator's main purpose is to look out for their venue. They're there to oversee load in, load out, make sure everybody knows where the electric is, make sure there's not tripping hazards from cords and things. Your wedding coordinator, which you heard Sharon talk a little bit about, comes in, more like a month or two beforehand, but they're handling all of your vendors' contacts, and their biggest thing is they're going to work with you on that timeline. Not a lot of vendor coordinators will do your full timeline for you for the entire weekend. And then also, we like to work together because then everybody's got one full team to manage everything from top to bottom. You're also going to be getting a vendor coordinator that's going to check in a couple of times a night, or maybe the main venue person that you're used to dealing with will have somebody else there for the weekend, and they'll call by and need to know if there's anything, electric or trash or anything like that. They'll have a couple questions. They want to check in with you, and then they're back out to either check on another space that they've got, like we have here at Mellwood, or they're back in the office doing some other things. Your wedding coordinator is there with you start to finish. We're there all day with you, from vendor questions or changing schedules around because rain came in or photos took longer, or you just got really, really hungry and you wanted to move your dinner up. So we're there to flex and handle all of the contact points with all of your vendors, so you're not fielding 100 questions on your day. You're gonna have us, I know there's some differences in different coordinators in our area, but you're gonna have us pretty much from the start of your event until everything gets cleaned up, packed up, and sent home for the evening. So come and see us at Louisville Wedding Network's wedding show today. We're here at Mellwood because you can get all of your vendors handled at one time. And then a special point about Louisville Wedding Network is when you book 2 or more of us, you're also going to get that 5% discount. So, thanks.
Thanks, Kim. Appreciate it. So I'm going to play 2 hats here today. I am also the owner and manager of Lloyd's Florist. We are a full-service florist, but we specialize in weddings. We do about 200 to 250 weddings a year. The best thing for me to tell a bride while you're sitting there taking notes today is before you come and talk to your florist, you want to make sure you have your dresses picked out, and the color of the dresses is the most important. So it's almost like a canvas that we build around that color. So just give us a call at 502-968-5428, set up an appointment, or visit us at lloydsweddings.com, and we would love to help you with any flower or decorating needs. Now, also in my store, we have Pam with Jim's Formal Wear, and we, with Lloyd's Florist and Jim's Formal Wear, if you book the flowers with us or the suits with us, you get 10% off your flower, so that's a big savings. But talking to Pam about suits, Pam, some of the things that we always have people ask is, should the groom look different than the other guys?
And my answer to that is always yes. And I say that the bride does not look like the bridesmaids, so the groom does not need to look like all of the groomsmen. Even if it's something very simple, all the guys can wear the same suit or tux, but maybe he wears a bow tie and the other guys wear a long tie, or vice versa. It's just something to make him stand out a little bit more like the bride does. Yes.
And the next thing is that we always get asked is out-of-town guys.
Yes. Once you give us the contract, then we reach out to all the guys on an individual basis, and then we gather all that information, and then we have those suits shipped to them if they're not going to be in town by Thursday the week of the event. So then that way they get them on Tuesday that week. They try everything on, and if there's any alterations or any changes that need to happen, we can take care of that for them. Versus them coming in on Friday, the event on Saturday, and really not being able to make any alterations or do any adjustments. So yes, it is something we take care of every week.
So how can they reach you?
We are at Lloyd's Florist, so it's Jim's Formal Wear at Lloyd's Florist, 502-968-5428. Just give us a call.
All right, thank you. Next we have Patricia Longmire with Longmire Photography, or Patricia Longmire Photography. So tell us a little bit about what sets you different than any other photographer.
Well, I think a lot of the difference that I offer is I tell a story and I have a lot of experience telling stories. So with that said, your wedding day is completely a big story to you that will last forever. And so think about generations to come, your kids, your grandkids, and what do you want to say about that? Do you want to tell the story of the love that you have between you two, the fun, and all of that? So there's just a lot to each and every individual wedding.
So how far in advance should they make plans to book you?
Well, I've had people book me 6 months to a year, sometimes a year and a half ahead of time. So it varies from my schedule and theirs as well. With this new COVID issue, you know, there's been, of course, a lot of adjustments going on. So I would suggest, since 2021 is going to be pretty busy because of all the delays in 2020, book as quickly as you can.
So you have seen a trend on people postponing their weddings to 2021.
Yes,
so
sir.
you've already got a lot of dates booked already.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
Okay, so put that in your notes. That's real important. You need to contact not just Patricia, but everybody, because everybody's dates are going to be filling up really soon. How can they get in touch with you, Patricia?
Well, you can contact me, either go through to my website, which is patricialongmirephotography.com, or call my phone. It's 502-827-3946, and you can also text me. Just give me your date and how you want to set up an appointment, and we'll be glad to do it.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Next, we have Brenda and Joanna from Cruise Planners. Welcome, you all.
Hi.
Tell me, why should they use a traveler wedding advisor?
Well, I really think, why wouldn't you? You've got the whole gamut of details planning a wedding, so why not put the trust in us for this special occasion? Maybe you've planned your own vacations in the past, a trip to Disney or down to Florida for a condo, but this is a really special occasion. And so while you're dealing with the details of your caterer and your florist and your dress and all these other arrangements, what we are encouraging brides and grooms and couples to do today is to set a video call appointment with us where we can one-on-one talk with them and really kind of qualify what their expectations are in this honeymoon. Is it an adventure Alaska cruise? Is it laying on a beach somewhere in the Caribbean? Maybe the overwater bungalows that have become very important. We really want to find out from the couple what their expectations are, what each one of them want out of this trip before we go into planning and getting the details to them. We are a full-service travel agency. We do cruises, all-inclusives, trips abroad through Europe. Maybe you want to explore through the Mediterranean. We do just about anything. We are an American Express travel representative, so we have added benefits that you can only get through our agency. So at the show today, what we would love is for you to contact us to set up a video call appointment. You can reach us on the website at elitecruiseplanners.com. There's a contact us link, or you can call our cell phones. I can be reached at 502-819-0831. And Ms. Joanna?
My cell phone number is 239-340-6115. Honeymoon is not just an ordinary vacation. It's a very, very special occasion. We're here for you. We're here to help. Give us a call. Stop by to talk to us at the booth, or schedule live video call with us.
So I do have one question. So if a couple is getting married in December, since they maybe pushed their wedding back, is it too late for you to help them?
You know, it's been a weird year for all of us. So we've had to make a lot of adjustments. Normally we do plan honeymoons for a year and a half out. Recently, we have been doing them very close in because, you know, the couples have been waiting. Are we going to have to cancel? Are we going to go ahead and do it with adjustments? Are we going to reduce our guest list? So we have been able to jump in and, you know, with very little notice, put together some amazing trips. The Caribbean is hot right now. The islands are opening up and they are welcoming with all the protocols in place.
Well, that's good to know. I'm ready for a vacation myself.
Me too.
Thank you, ladies, for being here today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next on the list, we have Charlee Ann Makeup.
Yes.
So, welcome. You're a new member into the network, and we're so happy that you're with us. We're looking forward to working with you.
Thank you.
How important is it for for brides to use your makeup?
So having a makeup artist, it kind of takes away that extra stress throughout your day. If you're thinking, I'm going to do my own makeup, you already have so much else that you're worried about. It's the most stressful day. You want to make sure everything's perfect. Having someone do your makeup and you not having to worry that it's perfect, give that stress to me. Let me worry about your wedding party. Let me worry about you. And I will put that final touch on you.
So do you have a staff? Do you have, how many people work with you? I mean, is there a certain number that you can do or not do in a morning or a day?
I would do it all by myself just because I am the perfectionist. I like to make sure everyone looks great. So I do all the makeup. I do have my mom, who I call her momager. She goes through and sanitizes behind me, and I can do about 8 clients in one day, including my bride.
That's awesome.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So how can they get in touch with you?
So you can contact me by my cell phone number. It is 502-403-7264. You can call or text me. I always have my phone on me, as we all do. Or you can shoot me an email at charleeannmakeup@gmail.com.
Okay, Charlie, thank you so much. Glad you're here. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the list. Oh, I'm sorry. Sharon Rumsey's going to give us a tip of the day.
Hi guys, so one of my favorite wedding tips that I always share with all of my clients is when you send out your invitations and you put your RSVP card in. Of course, etiquette calls for you to list the guest name on the RSVP card. However, what I see a lot of brides doing now is they want a little bit less formal, kind of different look to their invitations. A lot of people get them off Etsy now and personalize them. So one of the things I like to do is if you're not going to follow the traditional rules and write your guest name on your RSVP card, then make sure that you number the RSVP card on the back and let that number correspond to that guest on your Excel spreadsheet of your guest list. Because when you get that back, if they have not written their name on it and you didn't write your name on it, you're still going to know who that guest is because you're going to have your RSVP card numbered and ready to go.
All right. Thank you so much. Great tip. Now we have David from the Louisville Trolley. David,
how are you doing?
Good seeing you. So can you tell us a little bit about the Louisville Trolley and what services you provide?
The Louisville Trolley, a few years ago we went and we bought the very, very first trolley, Tunerville trolley that Louisville ever had. All the rest of them have gone away. So we built it up, we've refurbished it, we've made it pretty, we've done a lot of work with it, and we take people out on their weddings. We do some corporate things, but mostly we take people out on their weddings. It's beautiful. It's got mahogany inside and out. It's brass all the way around. It makes beautiful pictures. And the most important things is it gets your parties where they need to go, when they need to be there together. Nobody gets lost. You don't have to worry about finding people. Your photographer doesn't have to worry about where's my people, where's the rest of your party. So that's what we do. We basically, if your venues are in different places, okay, or your photo shoot is in a different place than your venue, than your church, we make sure everybody gets there one way together.
So basically you're going to transport the wedding party from the church to the reception, or if the photographer is working with you and you go downtown and have pictures taken downtown, you transport all of them around.
Correct. We do it for the weddings. We can bring guests if you need guests brought. We can do the rehearsal dinner. If you have out-of-town people, we can make sure they get to their hotel blocks to the rehearsal dinner or to the wedding, whatever you need. If people have to park away from your venue, we can shuttle people into your venue and back to their cars. All kinds of wonderful things, and it's just fun. It's a beautiful video.
Let me ask you this: do you do it by the hour, or do you do it by the day, or each individual's different?
It's a charter. It's a charter by contiguous hours. Okay, and basically we say, we start by picking up the brides or the bride's party and picking up everybody, getting them where they need to go. And it basically goes in contiguous hours. If there is a significant amount of downtime, we can work with it a little bit. We have a bridal package or a special wedding package, which is 5 hours for $1,400. That's a $2,000. That's a $2,000 trip and a $2,000 day. And if you have booked or using another member of the Louisville Wedding Network, we will give you a 5% discount off on your trip for the day.
Okay, well, great. So tell us how they can contact you.
You can get more information at LouisvilleTrolley.com. It's all one word. You can call or text us at 502-551-2732. Okay, you'll talk to Carolyn or text Carolyn. And that's it.
All right.
Just give us a yell. We'd be glad to help you out. We'd love to meet you. We like being out on people's best days. And your wedding is your best day.
Thank you so much, David.
Take care now.
Appreciate it. Now we're with Paul.
Hey, Mike.
And his crew from Lakeside Reflections.
Got my ladies here with me. That's right. How you doing?
Doing great.
Good.
Thanks for being here. I know
Appreciate
last virtual bridal show we did, or wedding show we did, we was at your all's location. Thank you all for doing that. It was beautiful.
Oh,
had
welcome.
a good turnout too, so it was great. So tell us a little bit about Lakeside.
Okay, well, Lakeside is we like to call it a one-stop shop for your wedding. We actually have 3 different banquet halls, one very rustic, we call that our museum, and then we have 2 very formal, which is part of the traditional Lakeside Reflections. They all sit around an 11-acre lake, very photo-centric, lots of good photo opportunities. We have our own chef. We try to make it as all-inclusive as we can. However, we do allow outside caterers, the photographers. We allow outside catering at our museum, which is the rustic venue. Florist, obviously, you've been over there many times, Mike. You're one of the family, actually. You've been over there so many times. We are a family-run business. We've been in business for 23 years.
I'll be darned. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's been a long ride.
So what in your packages, though? I mean, what's included in your packages if they're at Lakeside?
Well, the packages include a lot. You know, we created the packages about 10 years ago, and we thought, well, you know, when you go to McDonald's, you order a #1, right? Well, when you come to Lakeside, you get a keg of domestic beer, you get 100 glasses of wine, you get the servers, you get the food, you get the DJ services, you get all the cleanup, the setup. You come in, and then you walk out the door at the end of the night, and we handle everything.
Well,
we try to take a lot of the stress out of the event for the brides. We know it's a very stressful day for the brides. We even, when they come in, we even give them a little mimosa and wine to calm their nerves a little bit. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how can they contact you, Paul?
Well, the easiest thing to do is just go to lakesidерeflections.com. All of our information is right there. But if you want to email us, it is very simple: weddings@lakesidерeflections.com.
All right. Thank you. Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. I recommend you all the time. You all are great people. Love working with y'all.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Paul.
Bye.
Next, we have Eric Edwards from Fleur de Lathe, and he has an amazing gift items for your groomsmen, dads, or whatever it may be. So Eric, talk about it a little bit.
It's kind of a unique thing that I do. I get together with you, and you actually help me create the gift. I'll bring examples. You pick the item, you pick the material, and then I'll make it, because you know who you're buying for and what their likes are and their dislikes. And so we can, you know, make a unique gift for each and every person that's in your wedding party. And it doesn't have to be just the grooms or the fathers-in-law or fathers. You know, I have special pins that I make for the officiants of the wedding. It's made from the wood from the Holy Land, the olive wood from olive wood trees from the Holy Land. And I have two spectacular pins that are made just for them. I have things for the bridesmaids. I have everything, but you help create each individual one. I just happen to make them, but you pick everything out.
Now, I know you have a new thing, I think since last time or a couple of months ago, is where can't you copy someone's signature or
Yes,
something?
we do engraving, and if you can get the signatures of who you're making them for, we can have those lasered in depending on the material that you choose. You know, if you use a wood, we can laser in the names, the signatures of the person, which totally makes it unique, because that way nobody else will be able to use it.
Well, not only is it a good bride or wedding gift or whatever. But I mean, me personally have used Eric many times for Christmas gifts, birthday gifts,
Any
Father's
occasion.
Day gifts.
Any occasion.
And I mean, they're always top notch. So I highly recommend. Now tell everybody where you can be reached or come in and look at your product.
Yes, I can be reached at FleurDeLathe.com or phone. You can contact me at 502-396-7876. And also, Mike is kind enough to let me have an set up at his store, so you can go to Lloyd's Florist and see my work there, and they can help you get a hold of me at that point also. But feel free to contact me. I would love to work with you.
All right, Eric, thank you so much.
Mike.
Appreciate it. Next, we have Triangle Talent. We have Randy. Randy, thanks for being here today.
Glad to be here.
So, one thing that we want to talk about first is, do you offer a written contract and carry liability insurance?
Absolutely, and I think that's important with all wedding vendors you choose, but I know with most DJs and most venues, in regards to the liability insurance, so most of those venues are going to request that the DJ provide that to the venue. So that might be a good question you ask a DJ before signing a contract with them, that they do carry the liability insurance, because it's very important. And with the signed contract, yes, we do offer that. Every wedding that we book, there is a signed contract with it. And what that does, that protects you. And it pretty much outlines legally everything that we're providing to you and the price for that day. So, if it's ceremony, sound system, sound and lighting for the reception, maybe uplighting for the venue, who your actual DJ is, because we have a staff of 7 DJs, and you can choose your DJ, and that gets put on the contract. So contract's very important because it kind of covers everything. It's not, you don't have to worry about a verbal agreement. It's all there in writing, that both that Triangle Talent signs and the couple signs too. So it kind of gives them peace of mind. That's one of the things that we really focus on, is we want the experience of booking a wedding DJ with us to be stress-free, and having a contract kind of outlines everything, and you kind of know what you're getting, because that's what was negotiated.
So you said that you had like 7 DJs.
Yes.
So are the bride and groom or the couple allowed to meet the DJ that they're going to actually have at their wedding?
Absolutely, we encourage that. A lot of times I manage the division, so a lot of times the conversation starts with me, but I'll ask a few questions to kind of get a feel for what they have in mind, and then I can look at who we have available on their dates and kind of match a DJ to them. And when I say match a DJ to them based on what they have told me that they want. And then we definitely encourage that couple, before they sign a contract with us, to at least have a phone consultation or an in-person quick meet and greet, just to kind of get a feel for that DJ, make sure that DJ would be a good fit for them. And so that way they know who they're working with, and that's whose name goes on the contract. That's their DJ. So they choose their DJ up front with us.
And then they can pick their own music that they tell you what to play, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of couples will ask us, will you play our specific songs? I mean, it's a very important day, your wedding day, so we're going to play everything that you ask for. So we want our couples to have as much input into choosing the music that they want for their wedding. That covers everything from the ceremony, cocktail hour, dinner hour, and dancing too. So we want our couples to choose as much of the music as they want to for their wedding, and it will get played. So.
Okay, Randy, thank you
All
so
right.
much. So
Hey,
tell
guys.
us how they can get in touch with you.
Oh, sure. So easiest way is, on the internet. You can go to triangletalent.com. It'll take you to our website. LouisvilleDJ.com also directs you to our website, and you can visit Triangle Talent DJs on Facebook and on Instagram. So, and all of our numbers and everything, phone numbers are on there. Our phone number is 502-267-5466. That's our office number, and we're located right out in the heart of J-Town.
Okay.
All right,
Randy,
guys.
thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for being
stopping
here.
by. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Next on the list, we have Zimmerman Photography. And this is Rick Zimmerman, the owner. So tell us about what sets you different, Rick, than anybody else.
Well, with our company, we're a husband and wife team, so you get a different perspective with a husband and wife team. You get a woman's perspective and a man's perspective, and a lot of times when you have a team like that, you get different ideas with a couple throughout the day that might relate to the bride a lot more than maybe than what a man only could do. We have a good time with folks. We treat the bride and groom like a king and a queen. We have a good time, like I say. We spend a day with them. We offer albums and wood products and metal products and many things.
When the day starts, how long are you with that bride and groom or that couple?
Normally what we do is we hang with most couples early in the morning, getting their hair and makeup done throughout, and we might sit down and have a cup of coffee with them and talk about their day and find out what their main interests are for the day versus another photographer that might just do his own thing. You get to know them better, they get a better feel for you, they feel like that they're much more important than just a customer with a photographer and relating to them.
So one more question, does your package include engagement pictures?
It does. We do engagement pictures for free, and that's really a good way to kind of get to know.
Amazing.
It's get to know Zimmerman Photography. Before we do the wedding, you go out and have a good time and come with different types of clothing and maybe multiple locations and get a nice book. All for free, and it's if you're interested in it. And not all couples want an engagement shoot, but when they do, it kind of gives them that nice feel for the man that's going to do their wedding.
All right, Rick, thank you so much for
Great.
being here. They do an amazing job.
It's a lot of fun.
I've used them quite a few times, and you've done a lot of weddings.
Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you, appreciate it. Next on our list is Miss Jamie Lott with Events for You. How are you, Jamie?
Hi, Michael.
You look nice today.
Thank you so much.
So, tell me, what are the different types of services that you offer?
I do day of coordinating, partial planning, full planning. So those are our three. Most wedding couples fall into one of those three categories. Sometimes they want a little bit of the two. Day of definitely, and a little partial planning because they got in a little bit over their heads with their own work and their own schedules. It's a little bit harder for them to do things that I do regularly. So they come back and be like, can we renegotiate this, and can you help me a little more than I originally thought?
So what other type of services, what services do you offer the brides, even though not just planning the wedding, but the little detail things?
All kinds of good stuff. I actually go, when I do full planning, I actually go to all of their fittings, all of their dress fittings. I help the bridesmaids. Any details such as invitations, anything they might need help with, I'm there. So I take that off their plate. Most of the time, full planning means just that. You pick your colors, you pick what you want, and then let me take it from there. And I consult with you regularly. I ask the right questions. Do you want this? Do you want that? But basically, I handle all the phone calls, all the appointments, etc., so that they don't have to.
But you recommend them or guide them in the right direction.
Absolutely.
To what vendors to use.
Exactly. That's why I love the network so much, because we have so many amazing vendors here that I don't have to go far. I know exactly who I can call to get the job done.
That's great. Jamie, thank you so much. We've
You're
worked
very
with
welcome.
Jamie many times, and she's amazing, and thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Okay. Next, we have Shane Connor from HomeFit Personal Training. Can you tell us a little bit about your company, Shane?
Yes, HomeFit has been open for over 8 years, and we have a fantastic studio in St. Matthews where we do personal training out of that studio with 1 or 2 people. At our studio, we also offer group fitness classes that are all throughout the week. But what makes us a little different is personal training normally is done in someone's studio. We actually go to your home. So you could have a HomeFit trainer come to your house. We'll do hour-long sessions, help you out with your nutrition, and we love working out with couples. So it'd be a fun thing for both spouse and bride to do. And if you wanted to try us out today, we are actually going to give away 2 free personal training sessions and a week of classes for anyone just to want to check us out.
All right, Shane, thank you so much. That's awesome. That's what you're giving away today, correct?
Yes, today this is going to give us a chance to have the brides and grooms to be able to try us out. So if anybody would like to hop on our website, just do homefitpt.com. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you, Shane. Appreciate it. Now we're going to back to Jessica for our wedding tip.
Hi, I'm Jessica with 1+1 Videography, and my wedding tip today is about audio. When you're hiring a videographer and you're doing your consultation, make sure you ask them how they're going to capture the audio for the day. You want to get that mic on the groom and the officiate so that you can hear them in your video. You also want to have a way to capture speech audio. So that's a discussion you should have with them before you hire your videographer. Our show today is from 2 to 4. We are giving away over $4,000 in door prizes, and just so you know, if you hire 2 or more Louisville Wedding Network members, you're going to get a 5% discount, so make sure you come out and see us.
Thanks, Jessica. Next, we have Jennifer from Naiman's Catering. How are you, ma'am?
Doing well. How about you?
Good, good. Thanks for being here today. So, tell us what sets Naiman's apart than any other caterers.
Well, Naiman's offers years of experience, a variety of hot, flavorful food that never runs out. He has a personal approach to where he'll have a free tasting for his prospective clients, where he'll go to their home or meet you otherwise and let you bring delicious samples to try and set your menu from there. And also his outstanding staff. Their main goal is to make sure that the bride and groom and their guests are taken care of, and that they're very pleased when they leave.
So one question was asked, do you all cut the cake? Do you all stay around and do that?
Yes, we do cut the cake. We do not charge a service fee to cut the cake. And then also there's a lot of other things he does not charge a service fee for.
So how are you all right now with everything going on in the world with COVID and stuff? Are you all doing tastings? Are you fixing a box so they come pick it up? Do you deliver it to them?
He's actually doing tastings. He has several this week. He's preparing. If they choose to meet somewhere outside or somewhere else, he'll meet wherever they would like to meet.
Okay. And do you all have a limited menu that they have to choose from, or can they tell you what they would like and then you do it?
No, if you come today, in our brochure, there's a variety of menus. Anything from a brunch to a Mexican buffet to pastas, potato bars. We've done quite a variety. We've even made family dishes before.
Great. So how can they reach you? How can they get a hold of you?
They can contact Les Naiman at 502-939-8755 or at Naiman's Catering, which is Naimansc.
Focused out here on this side.
Here you go. Sorry about that. There's our contact.
Naiman's always does a great job. We worked with them quite a bit over the years, and thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too.
Next, we have Stephen Harmon. Stephen Harmon Photography. How are you, sir?
Michael. Welcome.
Good. So, what do you feel like sets you apart from other photographers?
Well, I got a few things. I do full day photography. I'm a seasoned 30-year veteran of photojournalism, working news. So I bring a lot of candid to the day's event. I also do a full copyright release on everything that I do. If we can fit it into the day, I'm all for it. I'm also an ex-IT guy, so I can manage your data quite well, backing it up in multiple places. That's something that, you know, once we get the photographs done, I want to make sure that we can keep on, you know, hold them and keep them digitally, since everything is digital.
So what kind of photography packages do you offer?
Well, everything that I do is full day, and if you can see some of my albums here, I do premium Italian Graffi studio albums here, as well as full wraparound front cover proof albums. So all of these are designed in-house and sent over. These are sent over to Italy for printing and assembly, and they're #1 albums in the world as far as I'm concerned. You can print right across the gutter. Everything is just gorgeous. So you get full 19 by 13 pages, if you want.
Beautiful work. So how do you handle the digital images after the wedding?
Well, everything gets backed up locally to one of my production computers, and then it gets backed up via a RAID, which is multiple copies of the same image. So those images, your full wedding will be backed up in 3 or 4 different hard drives, just to make sure that if there is a failure on any level, then there's always 2 or 3 extra copies of that. With the full copyright release, you'll receive everything that I photographed that day on a flash drive, and you'll have a full copyright release to print out so that you can take those images and do whatever you want with them.
Okay. So how can they contact you, Stephen?
Sure, they can reach me at my website, which is www.harmonweddings.com. That's HARMONWEDDINGS.com. Or give me a call at 502-599-8483. You can also send me a text there too.
Okay, Stephen, thanks for being here today. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Great job.
All right.
Next, we have Corey Leonardo from PartyZone. I have been working with Corey for many years, and Corey, you're a DJ, but you are so much more too. So why don't you tell them what other services you provide?
PartyZone started out as a DJ company 20, 30 years ago. We've grown from that to providing pipe and drape, like you see behind us, to special effects. That can be dancing on a cloud, that can be lighting effects, it can be monograms, it can be anything that your wedding desires. We'd like to think that we provide the wow on your weddings.
Yeah, and you do. Everything I've seen is top notch. So how far in advance should they book you, call you, and get you on the calendar?
The bookings for us, we do on average about 250 weddings a year. And of course this year is a little different. But you want to get to us as soon as possible. And the reason being is because this year added a bump in the road. And what it did was it pushed a lot of brides that were booked already in March, April, May, June back into next year. So whether it's us or whether it's another wedding vendor, you want to get a hold of them as soon as possible. You want to get a deposit down on them, because not only are you competing for those brides, competing against brides for next year, but you're also competing against brides from this year that were postponed to next year. So next year is going to be really busy, abnormally busy, and it's going to be really hard to find a vendor that in whatever categories that you're looking for.
So how many DJs do you have working? How many different weddings can you do a weekend?
We can do
Or
on
a day?
average about 3 a day. And the reason is because we don't double book. We don't have a DJ that's going to go out and do an afternoon show and then do an evening show. So we only one DJ, one show per day. We can do 3 shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And next year, what we're seeing too is a lot of weddings are booking up those Fridays and Sundays. So, like I said, if you're looking for a vendor, make sure that you get your name out there real quick to those vendors.
Okay, so tell us how we can get in touch with you.
You can view us online, of course, at pzpentertainment.com. That's Paul Zebra Paul Entertainment.com. You can find us on Instagram, super easy, Louisville Wedding DJ. You can also give us a call at 502-396-3437.
All right, Corey, thanks. And I know you're a new member in the Louisville Wedding Network, and we're real excited about that, so welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, next on the list, Kimberly Harmon with a Southern Engagement. So, tell us, Kimberly, when it comes to wedding planning, how far out do they call you first?
Well, full service planning, your best bet is to come in around a year if you've got that much time left. However, this year's changed virtually everything. So really, as soon as you think you may need somebody, go ahead and give us a call, because we can let you know if there's going to be vendors you probably haven't booked yet that we can get you in touch with. We can save so many hours of time researching and calling and finding out if people are available and that kind of thing. But we can do more of a partial planning and kind of jump in anywhere up to 2 months beforehand. It's gonna obviously be kind of crazy to crunch a wedding in 8 weeks, but we've done it before, and it's not a problem. So if something has changed, with your date, with your venue, with any of that kind of stuff, go ahead and call us, and we'll let you know. If for some reason we can't service you, we have several other planners that we recommend and refer to, and we're going to find you somebody that can assist you no matter what.
So I did a wedding with you a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And there was some stuff there that I didn't know you did. I mean, such as the linens and hanging lights and that kind of thing. Do you normally do that, or was that something you were just doing special for a family friend?
Yeah. So my family extends to lots and lots of my friends. Although we do have a huge family ourselves. I tell everybody planning weddings is just kind of basically like planning Christmas for my family, because there's minimum of 50 of us anywhere we go. So yeah, I don't always do that. But 9 times out of 10, I do have a vendor that will come in and handle that. That was just they got some bonus stuff, but they were absolutely.
Well, I just wanted to ask you because I know I didn't normally see you do that, and that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, exactly. But I can find all of the vendors, that can come in and handle that, and then handle all the little details of pickups and drop-offs and deliveries and this and that and the other. So, yeah.
So how can they get in touch with you?
You can text me at 502-509-2743, or give us a call at that same number, or online, southernengagement.com, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. Search at A Southern Engage.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it. Next on the list is Ann Ho with the Louisville Chocolate Fountain. If anybody has not used this lady's services, you are missing out. You have done many events for myself. Our open houses. You've done our son's graduation parties. She's almost at every wedding that I go to. I'm not kidding. I was at Hazelnut Farms over the weekend, and your girls were there. They did a great job. So tell us a little bit about what you provide.
So Louisville Chocolate Fountain is like an alternative, but yet you can still have your cake. Some people are bent on having a wedding cake. That's fine. Your tradition starts with you, though. So a lot of times my brides will choose having a smaller wedding cake just for pictures, and then they have something like Louisville Chocolate Fountain. We open as an appetizer, so we serve 3 hours, always attended. We do wear a mask, we wear gloves, we always have wore gloves and things. And then we serve 3 hours. That buys the bride and groom time to come back from finishing up their pictures, open the main course. People will gravitate towards that, but then they come back again and again. And as far as just cake, we have like 30 items. Cream puffs, cheesecake, peanut butter balls, obviously strawberries and pineapple, which works out. My family was always diabetic. The older people are diabetic, and I do see that a lot at receptions. The older people will gravitate towards the fruit and maybe get a little of the chocolate.
Now, you don't just do chocolate.
No.
You also do caramel, and you also have queso.
Yes.
So
yes.
talk about that a little bit. I mean, I think that's great.
Yeah, it's been crazy. So a caramel apple bar is basically that, which is really popular right now with all the barn weddings. It's 5 quart of homemade caramel, and then we supply the apples. We have like 3 out of 6 toppings you choose, and then a lot of times they'll add a chocolate fountain with it. So it makes a great, just a really nice, different dessert bar. Queso fountains, like I was just we had 2 yesterday. They go really well with the Mexican bar, obviously, and they go, like, people will go through the line and get like a nacho salad, a taco salad, nachos, whatever. They come back and we'll just put that queso all over the top. Sometimes they just want a little, just chips and cheese. That's fine too. Always a big hit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they really enjoy it.
Today she's here, so if you want to come and join us at 2 o'clock today, 2 to 4, you can taste her product in person. We would love to see it. Ann, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
Patricia, you've got our next tip.
Yes. I have a tip for everybody. I think that a great opportunity would be for making sure that your photographer / other vendors are very flexible, because throughout the day, things change. You know, somebody might have to go refresh their makeup, or there might be a change of clothes, or there might be some sort of variance in time frame. So if you can make sure that you get a vendor that is very flexible. That would be great. For instance, I have had schedules change on me, and so I try to adjust accordingly as the day progresses, so that we can get all the photos that you need. So again, just find vendors that are very flexible. Thank you.
Thanks. Next, we have Belmar Florist. This is Robbie Gibson. And so, Robbie, tell us a little bit about your services, what you provide.
Absolutely. We're a full-service florist. We do flowers first and foremost. Personal flowers, reception, ceremony type decorations. We can certainly help with that. We do designed work. We also do bulk flowers too. If you have some creative person in your family that wants to help out with your decorations for your centerpieces, we can order the bulk flowers for you so that they're matching with the personal flowers that we do for you, and to make so you have a nice cohesive look. We also do a couple other things. We do some chair rentals, white padded folding chairs, gold safari chairs. We do some linens as well, kind of help you take that stress out of your day that you may have.
I know I've worked with Robbie a whole lot, because every time I'll help him sell his chairs, and we do the gold chairs, the white chairs. So is there a limit? How far in advance should a bride book the chairs? Because I know you have a limited number of them.
We do have a limited number. We actually carry a lot of our own inventory on the chairs itself. We do work with a couple other vendors to add numbers as we need them. But chairs generally about 6 months out is best to work for us.
Okay. Anything else? How can they reach you?
You can reach us easily by phone, 502-964-7040, or by email is always good, info@belmarflowershop.com.
Thank you. Thanks, Robbie. Appreciate it. Next on the list, we have the barn at Magnolia Farm. Linda Waddell is the owner. They have a absolute beautiful barn venue, and it gets better every year too. So tell us a little bit about your barn and where you're located.
We're located 25 minutes from the Gene Snyder J-Town exit, so it's very close to Louisville and very easy to get to. We purchased the property 4 years ago and have been renovating ever since, so every year we do another big project. This year we added a big porch full of bourbon barrels for a cocktail area.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I know you have a little cabin up on the hill, down up from the barn. That is the bridal suite where the brides get dressed and stuff.
That's actually our office, and that's where the brides get dressed.
Okay. All right. All right. So how far in advance should they book you?
Definitely further out you can, the better. Over a year in advance, the barns get booked up, especially if you're looking at a fall wedding. And so definitely as soon as possible.
When it comes to catering and stuff, can they bring in whatever caterer they have?
They can bring any vendor they want with our facility, and of course they get the 5% discount if they use our caterers from the network.
And I noticed that you've got all different little types of centerpieces and stuff. Do you supply those centerpieces?
We have 3 different packages. They can book just the one-day package. They can book the weekend package, and that does come with centerpieces. And then they can upgrade their package, and they can get the centerpieces with linens and pretty overlays and other things that are included.
Okay. All right, Linda. So how can they get in touch with you?
They can contact us at the barn at magnoliafarm.com, and also at 502-354-3778.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Mike.
you being here. Next, we've got Helene Cooper from Impressions. Helene, I've used you many times. Your work is always top notch. I mean, from graduation invitations, not just wedding invitations, but you do that also. So tell us what the advantage of using you over ordering on the internet.
Well, the good thing is you come over and you can look, touch, and feel. That makes a world of difference. On the internet, you really just don't know what you're getting. And that way, I can also help you out with budget, which is very important. I can show you, if you certain invitation, how to make it more to your budget. And then I can also work with you in terms of type, style, wording. Wording is so important, colors, and design.
So with the COVID and stuff going on and people rescheduling their wedding or postponing it till next year, how can you help them with cards to send out to, they've already sent out to their guest one time and now they've got to resend another one? What do you recommend?
There's a lot of possibilities you can do. You can do postcards to let people know, but I'm always telling everyone now on your initial invitation, get a website and put on your website so that perhaps it can save you another mailing. And there's a lot of different things that you can do. So you can do things on your website. You can send out postcards. You can send out change of plan cards. And the companies now are offering big discounts to have to redo them. And that's one thing that I can help you out with.
That's awesome. Well, that's one thing by using you've got that personal touch where you're going to be able to help them with the problem, where on the internet, they're typing in computers and trying to get a hold of somebody. That's why I highly recommend coming to you.
Thank you so much. Yes, I do. And I'm available 24/7, either by emails or texts, and answer questions. This is such an unsure time, and what's going on with people and how to do something. And this way I can hold their hand and offer suggestions of the best way at the most reasonable prices.
So how can they get a hold of you?
There's a lot of different ways. My website is Louisville Invitations, that's with an S.com. My cell phone or text is 502-767-7719. Or you can email me, Helene Cooper at gmail.com.
All right, Helene. Thank you so much for being here. Good seeing you. I haven't seen you for a while.
It's been great.
Next on the list is Jack Griffin with the Louisville Wedding Music. Jack, almost every wedding that I do, this man or one of his employees are there. From music for the wedding, for music for the reception, cocktail hour. Where do they start to get you?
You can start wherever you want, because as you can see, I don't know if you can get in here or not, we have harp players, we have CDs of our harp players, so we can send you a demo of that. We have jazz groups, we have ceremony music, we have bagpipers, we have trumpet players, we have singers, we have everything you could possibly need to make your wedding be what you want it to be. And we're very flexible and can adapt. As a matter of fact, we actually had a person make an arrangement of us of a new Disney tune where the sheet music hasn't been printed yet, and we were able to play it for a bride. First time ever, worldwide, we were able to play that for a bride yesterday at her wedding. So,
So when it comes to the ceremony, you meet with the bride and groom or the couple, and they tell you what you want played, or do you give them suggestions on what? Because sometimes they don't have any clue what they want.
We make it very easy. If you go to our website, which is LouisvilleWeddingMusic.com, you will find there's a music worksheet that's all laid out for you, and it has various things like entrance or seating of the grandmother. And then we have a list of song suggestions you might want to use. If you don't recognize them by name, you can go on YouTube and you'll probably recognize them when you hear them. Then you could do then another song for the seating of the parents. Then you can take another song like the Pachelbel Canon, which is very famous, and you can do that for the wedding party. And then, of course, the bride picks her own song.
So you're at the wedding, and then you come here to Mellwood. So you come here for cocktail hour.
Come here and play the cocktail hour. Sometimes we stay for dinner. Sometimes we may have an orchestra rehearsal. We're all Louisville orchestra players. I'm a first chair player, been with the orchestra 43 years, and I believe I've played over 12,000 weddings. So I've lived in Louisville my whole life. So we can do lots of cool things. It doesn't have to be classical music. We just did the song yesterday from Shiny for the young lady who was just thrilled because it was a surprise. We worked it out with the mom, and she almost fainted when she heard us start to play it. So.
Well, I can't say enough about you, Jack, because every wedding, it gets emotional when you hear you playing as that bride comes down the aisle. So I highly recommend Jack. So Jack, thank you.
We can also do the other stuff. Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Next on our list is Bob Mueller. Bob, welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us about your services.
My name is Bob Mueller, and I'm a wedding minister and officiant. I'm also a priest and a bishop too, so what I try to do is make it the couple's wedding and not my wedding. And so I can honor any wedding as spiritual as they'd like to be or as religious as they'd like to be. I come out of the Catholic tradition, so I can do that. But again, my goal is to make it their wedding and to add as many personal touches as possible. To me, the perfect wedding is you can get people to laugh and cry. And the really perfect wedding is you can laugh and cry at the same time. So I always meet with couples a couple times before just to really get to know them and again add that personal touch to the wedding. Plus, just find out exactly how they want to do their wedding. That's why every wedding for me is very exciting because everyone's very different too. And I'm available to do it in Kentucky, Indiana. I've done it in quite a few different states. And just happy to help them any way I can.
So let me ask you this. So when it comes to, and you may not even have nothing to do with this, but can you coach the couples on how to get their marriage license, and do you take care of that, help them with that?
Absolutely, because every state's a little different. Like Kentucky is good for 30 days, Indiana's good for 60 days. But I can coach them exactly what to do in that process too. I'm not really a counselor, but many times people like to talk with me before the wedding and just talk about some of their issues. Sometimes I even involve my wife in it so they get both sides of the story. And I was a Roman Catholic priest for 15 years, and my wife tells me I do better weddings now because I know what they're about since I've been married 30 years.
So how long you been in business with the officiant?
Officiant, well, my whole life really. First as Roman Catholic priest, and then ever since then, I've been doing weddings through the group called the Federation of Christian Ministers. I'm also with another group called the United Catholic Church, which is more progressive Catholic. I have my own house church. That's why I'm a little bit late today, because I had my house church at my home.
We knew you'd be here. We knew you'd be here. So how far in advance should a couple contact you?
Well, it's better as soon as possible, but many times I just find out from a couple just a month or two ahead of time, but I prefer much more time than that too, because then we have more time to prepare adequately for the ceremony. And I have a whole packet of ideas I give them to give them some choices to help them figure it out. And the real exciting thing, I've always wanted to do this, I'm coming out with a book now called Weddings, Love, Beauty, and Laughter that incorporates some of my thoughts about love and marriage, plus both funny and beautiful things that have happened at weddings. So I've probably done over 1,000 weddings in my lifetime.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Good talking to you.
Thank you.
Now we've got Charlee from Mellwood Arts Center.
Hi.
For one thing, I want to thank you for letting us be in this beautiful
My
room.
absolute pleasure.
I know this is the Da Vinci Room. I
Yeah.
know you have 4 different rooms that the brides can, I think it's 4. Is it more than that?
We have 5
5.
now.
I'll be
Yeah,
darned.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So we have 5 different spaces at Mellwood. They all are different sizes and different kinds of looks in here. We do have a lot of industrial charm within our premises. And we also offer an 18-hour rental, chairs and tables included with every rental. We set them up for you as well. Any vendor can come and serve here. There's no restrictions or limitations in that, so you can really create the event you're wanting to have here.
So I don't, maybe I shouldn't say this, but did you just recently get new chairs that they can
We did.
rent?
So we have 4 different types of chairs now. So they don't have to use, the ones that come with the rooms. Yep, I'll take that. Thank you. So we have these 4 chairs. As you guys know, many rental companies are closing, so we thought this would be the perfect thing to have within our premises. So yeah, it's just the opportunity was presented and we took advantage. So
Yeah, I know one thing that, we do lots of weddings
Yeah,
here. And one thing I love about Mellwood is it's so easy to get in and out of.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind when you're working with your vendors.
No rush.
There's no rush. They do have a time that you have to be in and
Yeah.
time and you get out. But it's plenty of more time than we need.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you still have dates open for this year?
We do, and we've actually been able to accommodate some of the brides that were in the downtown area this weekend. We were able to take those brides in our premises and host their weddings here this weekend.
That's
So, let us know if we can help you with anything. I'm happy to speak with whomever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
My
Love
pleasure.
this place. Thanks for being here today, and thanks for
Yeah.
letting us be here.
My pleasure.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, now we've got our last tip from Miss Jamie Lott.
Well, I think the biggest tip I can give you for the day of your event, your wedding day, you need a timeline that all of the families, the bride and groom, all of the bridesmaids, groomsmen, everyone, not only for your vendors, but for everyone, so they know exactly where they're supposed to be at certain times during the day. And I think that starts when the bride and groom get up. Even if the bride goes to makeup, the groom goes fishing, doesn't matter. We know where they are and we know what they're doing the entire day. Thanks, and we'll see you at the show.
So thank you for joining us today during this virtual part. Again, our live in person is at 2 o'clock from 2 to 4 here in the Vinci Room at the Mellwood Arts Center. Keep in mind too, if you book 2 or more vendors in the network, you will receive 5% off of each vendor. That's a big savings. I do want to give a big shout out to Soen Media for helping us make this happen here today. Thank you for joining us.